Okay, so the lighting might change since I'm starting to film this video at 5:30. Basically it's 5:27. I've been wanting to do this type of video of everybody getting to know Crystal Britney. I did like a kind of personal video. It was like a get to know me tag or a me tag or something like that, I don't remember. But I kind of wanted to update you guys on me, and I said that I was gonna post a video every week or twice a week, but things happen in life that you can't, you know, really control, and that's what happened with me. So if you wanted to see about my personal life and a little bit more about me, just keep watching. So I'm currently in a new apartment, if you guys didn't know. I was filming originally in the Bronx, New York, but I'm back in my hometown of Connecticut, and it's so much better being back home closer to family that I kind of stopped filming a little bit since I was like working and just being around like my mom and my grandparents a little bit more. I kind of lost track of filming, but that's not the whole reason why. So right before I moved into my new place, I found out 3 days before New Year's that I was expecting. Me and Steven were expecting our first child together, and we're really excited. So when I first found out, it was like crazy because I really didn't think I was pregnant. I thought it's gonna sound so funny, but one of the signs that I guess people should know, but I didn't know, was like your nipples or your breasts get really sore or tender, sensitive, whatever you want to say. That, yeah, they get tender when you get pregnant, I guess. And I really thought that I had like nipple cancer or something like that. So it went on about like a month and I didn't say anything. I told him that my nipples were hurting, so I was like, I don't think that's normal, you know, because when I take a shower and the water hit it, I couldn't take the pain. So I called my mom, I told her, and she's like, why don't you just go to the doctor to see what's wrong? Steven told me to do the same thing, but I was just so scared. Like, I'm the first one who runs and tell everybody else, go to the doctor if something ain't right. But with me, I was just so scared. I didn't want to find out anything bad because breast cancer does run on one side of my family. So I was a little nervous to even like go to the doctor and then they tell me something crazy. Anyway, that was one sign. And then another, I didn't get my period, and I thought that was really odd since I really thought I was going to be on my period since I had birth control. So I know I had missed like a full week because the way my pharmacist, they were like, oh, you don't have a refill. But then when they was like, you have to go back to your doctor to get the prescription. So I went. When I came back, they were like, oh, you already have a refill. I was like, are you kidding me? You told me that I didn't have one. But I had one left, and it made me like miss a couple days, so I just started off my whole new week. And I think that's kind of messed me up as well because I had like my period like back to back within like a 2-week span. It was really weird. The day that I found out, Steven was just like, why don't you just take a pregnancy test? So so I was like, whatever, okay, I'll take it. I don't think it's gonna come out positive. Sorry. When I cough really hard, I feel like I want to throw up. I don't know why I had to. But anywho, I took the pregnancy test right after I came home from work. And I was still living in the Bronx. So I drove home like really nervous, like, oh my god, I'm gonna take this pregnancy test. And I wasn't really that nervous, actually. I was just like, I know it's gonna say no, but still, like, peeing on a stick is kind of nerve-wracking. I get home, I pull the pregnancy test out, and he's like, okay, go take it. So I go to the bathroom, I take it, and I put it on my dresser, and 30 minutes went by and I totally forgot I took it. So then he's like, oh, you didn't look at the test. I was like, oh shit, like I didn't. So I run to, you know, my dresser, really thinking that it's gonna say no. And when I looked at it, it said yes. And I was like, what? I started laughing, like really laughing. And then he was looking at me like, what does it say? Does it say no? Does it say yes? And then after I was laughing, I started to cry. And he was like, he was so confused. He's like, I'm so confused. Like, is it yes or is it no? So I told him it was yes, and I showed him the test. And he was just like we were both in shock, I guess, like, because we really didn't think it was gonna happen. I always said I wanted to have a kid at 25 or 6 months after I turned 25, but I was actually 24 and my birthday was literally like a month away, so I was gonna be able to enjoy my 25th birthday. But who cares, like, you know, I was happy. We decided, you know, like, you know, we gotta get on our A game now, because we were just supporting us two, and bringing another person in this world, you know, is gonna take some hard work and dedication, you know. We're really happy. I told my mom, I told my dad, and they were like, they're by my side no matter what. We told his family on New Year's Day when the ball dropped, and he said, oh, Crystal's pregnant, and everybody's like, what? Like, and I started crying. I don't know why I started crying, but his family, like, showing me so much love, and like they were so excited for us, made me like really think like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a mom, we're gonna have a baby, you know. It was just so crazy. Me and Steven been together for 5 years, so I think it's about time he got on his knees and proposed and have a kid. But you know, life happens, and I got pregnant before I got the ring. But I hope he gives me the ring soon. Hint, hint. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've been preggo, and it hasn't really been easy. I had like the worst morning sickness. It's starting to kind of die down a little bit, and I am exactly 19 weeks and 1 day. So we don't know what we're having yet. We find out on April 14th. So we're really excited to see whether we're gonna have a little princess or a little prince. We're both hoping that it's a girl on the down low, you know, but really we don't really care. We just want a healthy baby. This past week has been, I guess, the hardest during my pregnancy. My 18th week, I went to the emergency room like early in the morning at like 5 in the morning on Sunday, which was the 3rd, I believe it was the 3rd. Yes, it was the 3rd. And I was having like these crazy back pains like next to my spine, in the middle of my back, and I couldn't get comfortable in bed, but it was hurting so much that my stomach right directly in the front started hurting, and I was running to the bathroom like peeing all the time, and it just really hurt. I couldn't take it, and then I ended up throwing up. So I was like, I can't, like, we gotta go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room. They thought it was my gallbladder. So they were like, oh, you know, we don't see anything, no. We're gonna give you some medicine. They gave me like 3 Tylenols and some IV. That had some, I forgot the medicine that it was, but it calmed it down. But it was really still kind of bad, but it helped a little. So I thought I was gonna be okay. So they told me to follow up with my OBGYN the next day, which I did. What was the Monday the 4th. So around 12 o'clock I started getting ready, because my appointment was at 2 o'clock. At like 12:15, when I was getting ready, I got out of bed and the pain just hit me, and I thought it was just like me being uncomfortable or something, but I could not get ready for the life of me. Like, I had my panties, my bra, and I think my pants or socks, one of them. And I just kept laying in bed, and I had to call my mom, like, listen, you have to come and get me. Like, there's no way I'm gonna drive to the doctor's appointment. So the whole ride to my doctor's appointment, I was in so much pain. I was crying, and that's how painful it is. I couldn't help like cry. Like, it was uncontrollably crying. Like, it was so bad. So I get to the doctor's office, and the OBGYN, she noticed that. She was like, yo, you're really in pain. Like, what's going on? She told me, and I explained it to her. And then she's like, I don't think it's your gallbladder. I believe it's your kidney. So she told me to go back to the ER. They're gonna call. She's gonna call because one of her partners was in the ER that day, and they might admit me and keep me overnight. I never been in the hospital overnight, and it was just like the craziest, you know, thing, because I'm thinking about, is my baby okay? Are we gonna be okay? So I get to the emergency room, and I was still in so much pain, but this time they did not give me anything. They didn't give me an IV, they didn't give me Tylenol. And my sister was with me, and they gave me 3 Tylenols like 30 minutes or an hour after I was already there, and it didn't do nothing to me. I was just crying, and my sister left, but my mom and my dad came, and then Steven came, and they're like, yo, like, you guys can't hurry up and give her something? So the nurse who I had the night before, she came in, was like, oh my god, you guys look familiar. And then she looked at me talking about my boyfriend, Steven, and my dad. And she noticed that I was leaning over the bed, and she's like, oh my god, you're still in pain? And she's like, and she's pregnant. So she was like, oh my god, I can't imagine what you're going through. So they were like, they're gonna admit me, and they were bringing me to my room. So I couldn't get up, so they had to push me in the bed, and I stayed there. They end up giving me what is that called, babe? What's the medicine that they were giving me? And before I went, like, they gave me the Percocet. Okay, bye. I'd be like forgetting everything. But they gave me 2 Percocets, and my mom and dad are like, yo, that's gonna knock you out. I was like, what? And it was like, yeah, that makes you, like, some people hallucinate. So I was like, no, like, why would they tell me that after I took it? So I'm already a scary person, but it didn't do nothing for me. The pain went away for like 10 minutes, and then it came right back. Mom stayed the night with me that night. Steven stayed there until like the last minute, but my mom actually stayed the night because Steven had to work early in the morning. But the next day, my mom left, and Steven came. He went to work for like 33 hours, and then came there, and he was right by my side. And they kept giving me the medicine every 2 hours, but it wasn't helping at all, and sleeping was so uncomfortable. Like, it was just the worst. So then finally on the 3rd day being there, when ibuprofen, so he gave me the ibuprofen because he's like, we do see that your kidney is inflamed, it's swollen, and it might be a kidney stone that they just don't see that went by. But then he's like, it can also be because where my pain was, it was so close to where the rib cage connects to the spine, that during pregnancy some women experience inflammation, and it gets swollen, and it can feel like a kidney stone, but it's really not. So when he said that, I was like, well, just give me something, because I need to, I want to feel good. And the OBGYN that I go to, he was busy, but the lady that I seen on Monday, who told me she's gonna call the ER and say that I'm going back, she actually came in and was like, she's like, you look a little bit better from when I seen you on Monday. I was like, yeah, but I'm still in pain, like, it still hurts. And she touched my back, and she's like, yeah, it's really swollen and tight. She was like, let's give you the ibuprofen to see if that helps with the inflammation to go down. If not, they're gonna give me a muscle relaxer. So they gave that to me around, like, I want to say 11 o'clock on Wednesday, and it knocked me out. Like, I knocked out on the bed, like, on the weirdest position, and I was laying down, and I closed my eyes, and I fell asleep. And then they said that they were going to do another ultrasound on my kidney to just see how everything was at 12. And I woke up, it was 12:30. I was like, what the hell? Like, I slept an hour and a half or whatever. He was like, yeah, like Steven was like, you really needed it, because I wasn't sleeping at all. I haven't had a good night's sleep since that Friday before. So once I got the ultrasound done, I came back. I had to wait all day to see what it looked like. I started feeling so much better. I was like, oh my god, like, I could go home. Like, just please check on my baby to see if my baby is okay. They said before, though, whatever I was going through, the baby wasn't going through. So the baby was perfectly fine. However, I can't take the ibuprofen you know, more than a certain amount of days or weeks, because at a certain time, I believe it's 23 to 28 weeks, you can't take ibuprofen because it affects the baby's heart. So I didn't even want to take it after they told me that. I was like, what? Like, I don't want nothing happen to my baby. So I took another one that night, because it was like you take it every 6 hours. But besides that, they came back, the doctor and my OBGYN partner, she came in and they were like, your kidney is still swollen, but you're up and walking, like you're okay, like you can go home. So they sent me home. I got the prescription of ibuprofen, the 600 m or mg, whatever that is, but in the hospital they gave me 800. So I didn't really, I was kind of scared. So I came home, I took that, and it knocked me out, and I actually slept through the whole night, and I was so happy. But the next, they told me to like rest for the next 2 days or so. So me working Monday through Friday, I had to take basically the whole week off, and I go back on Monday, and I'm so excited because like being in the hospital and being home sucks. Like I need to interact with other people, but that's what I've been up to. I filmed a video that Saturday before I went into the hospital, which is the previous video that you guys see up, my get ready date night. We actually went out to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I don't even eat fast food out like that, and I feel like that kind of triggered that back pain or the inflammation from happening, because it was fast food, and you're not supposed to be eating fast food like that when you're pregnant. And so now I have to really watch what I eat, and yeah, so just make sure I'm healthy. But I'm super excited, you guys. I find out less than a week now what we're having, and that's kind of what I've been up to. So yeah, this is my new apartment. This is not my background. This is my kitchen and living room behind me. I was thinking about doing an apartment tour, but I'm still I'm still decorating. Like I have picture frames on the floor right here that I haven't even put up yet, and I'm kind of debating whether to put it up. One is of like, it's both black and white pictures. One is a picture of Grand Central in the 1960s or something like that, and then another one is from the French Catholic church, one of that famous, I don't know, I'm not Catholic, but Stephen is. He didn't even know what it was really, but it's those. But one is like horizontal and one is vertical, so I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna work, and I just want to keep, you know, getting more decorations for the house, because it's kind of really like bland. It's really homey, it feels like, but I feel like I wanted to add a little bit more stuff. Like we're really like simple people, so we don't really like go all out for, you know, decorations and stuff like that. We're kind of plain old Janes, I guess. We love candles and lighting, but as far as like pictures, we have to like really take our time and figure out what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to do a video every week on my pregnancy progress and what's going on in the next, let's say 4 months, because I'll be 5 months exactly next Thursday. So yeah. So if you guys like this type of video, please thumbs up and comment down below if you are a mom or an expecting mom. I would love to communicate with you guys and see what your experiences of being pregnant and, you know, the whole journey. I'm so excited to finally find out what I'm having, because I can't wait to plan the baby shower. I'm that type of person that I like to plan ahead. I already got my venue for where I'm having my baby shower and the date. Like everything that's paid for. So all I have to do is find out what the gender is so I can start buying stuff for it. So I'm so excited, like on another level. Especially since my friends, they're all having babies. My best friend, like Natalia, she just had her baby a month ago exactly. Is it? A month today. Oh my god, today is a month that she's a month old. And then my cousin just had her son end of January. So everybody's just so like cute and having babies, and I'm like, I wish I had my little one in my arm right now. I don't want to keep rambling, so I hope to see you guys in my next video. And yeah, have a blessed day, and I love you guys. Bye.